Hey everybody, it's Sunday, August 2nd, 2020. This is Annette Dion, and I'm coming at you with a YouTube video. It's been a while. I kind of got knocked off of YouTube and I didn't really know why, but it might have been that I played a clip of music and I guess I like violated some kind of copyright thing. That's all I can figure. So anyway, that being said, I'm back and I am a psychic spiritual counselor and I've been doing readings for over 20 years, and I read the tarot and do some mediumship, and I have been doing videos about current events in our country mostly and what to expect coming up. And just to kind of cover myself, I need to say that this video is my opinion, based on my opinion only, and I guess for entertainment purposes only. So these are my psychic impressions, which have a pretty high accuracy rate, and that's what I just want to say to preface this. So today's Sunday, and we have a hurricane barreling in on Florida at the moment, and the energy in the collective in this country particularly is very freaked out right now, as it doesn't take a psychic to figure that out. But as far as sensing it, we're coming up on a full moon, and the full moon is in the sign of Aquarius, and it's a very strong full moon, and with everything else that's going on, and full moons intensify how we feel, much like, you know, full moons make the tides higher and lower, the pull, the pull, gravitational pull on the earth is much stronger, and that makes our emotions more intense. So if you feel that way, it's partly the full moon in Aquarius, which is a very kind of, you know, shocking, sort of disruptive, you know, kind of like the Tower card, which things kind of break apart with Aquarius. It's not a bad thing, because things have to fall apart before they come together in a new way. But it's shocking, and we're going to see a lot of shocking things, which I think 2020 has been that, hasn't it? So I refer to the person sitting in the Oval Office as he who shall not be named, and on that note, I do perceive that there's a lot of feeling like not being able to hold it together, and a lot of grasping at straws and sort of throwing things at the wall to see what sticks going on. This is not a person who has his faculties intact, and once again, it doesn't take you a psychic to tell you that, but I just wanted to mention that he is falling apart. And so when people are very afraid, oftentimes they'll just like want to grab onto something. And unfortunately, he's in a very powerful position. You know, that's the most powerful position in the world, soon not to be, scarily soon not to be, because he's taken the United States down, as we all can see. So he needs to feel like he's in control of something, so he's grasping at just anything. The TikTok thing was the latest thing. I really want to say that these last few things, which, you know, every day there's something new, the last few things have been primarily to try to distract us, because he is a master of distraction. So I got a little annoyed when I saw the newscasters on like CNN and MSNBC like talking about the TikTok thing, because that's exactly what he wants. Just like the delay in the election thing was exactly what he wants. He wants the news to be talking about these things that are like, yeah, they're important, but they're lower on the scale of what's really important. So there's that. If you're feeling intense, it's because probably you're a little perceptive and picking up on the collective energy, and it's not easy. People are losing their homes. They're getting evicted from their apartments. The Republicans just let the money run out. They just would not agree with something. They wouldn't come to a compromise. You know, they're telling people they need to like get off the couch basically and go back to work when the places that they worked at are closed. it's going to be a brand new, way different economy, but still, there's no excuse for telling them, oh, just like Ivanka said, oh, find something new. Well, it's not available yet. And she shouldn't have said anything, right? She shouldn't have said anything, because the girl hasn't worked a day in her life. She just sits there looking pretty. Anyhow, so what I like to do first, if you watch my videos before, is I like to pull an angel card to just sort of get a sense of what archangels are around us. I do ask, and then because there are 4 major archangels, and I like to tap into the one that feels closest today. So Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Ariel, and of those 4 major archangels, I feel Raphael is really close. So that's been occurring the past couple days, which tells me that Raphael is really wanting us to stay focused on the fact that we are going through a massive healing crisis. But you know, we're in kind of we're in the gaping wound stage. You know, I just want to call it like we're in the wound stage. We're in, you know, when you're a kid and you scraped your knee, fell off your bicycle and scraped your knee. You know, this is like you just scraped it and it hurts really bad. We're at the very beginning of this healing crisis, and I'm sorry to say that, since we've been going through this pandemic since the end of February into March, and you know, it came in like wildfire that just kept growing. And unfortunately, I am going to have a note of optimism, or a few, I promise. Unfortunately, I saw today the guides showed me that it's going to get so much worse. So let's all pray a lot, and let's see. So Raphael, the healing angel, we can pray to Raphael, and I'm going to pick an angel card from the Doreen Virtue cards and see which one we get for today. Blessings. So, you know, we hear it said again and again, count your blessings. And recently my guides have really been sort of telling me emphatically, really don't pay attention to the things that aren't working. Pay attention to the things that are working. And like, you know, I was just watching the Lincoln Project. No matter what you think about them, I mean, they can be really harsh. They are making an impact, and it's because of the kind of the shock value. They're waking people up, and the fact that it's Republicans that are talking about what's going on in our government is significant. And there are a lot of people, personal people, that are posting videos of saying that they voted for Trump, for he who shall not be named, and they now are understanding the mistake that they made. Well, you can't really get too upset because they didn't know. You know, we had to see how it all unfolded before we could really say for sure. You know, a lot of people knew what we were in for, and we were devastated when he sort of won the election. But now these people that thought he was going to be like this consummate businessman who was going to come in and save the day, when, you know, Obama did a pretty good job, right? They're sort of backpedaling and going, oops, and making videos about it. So the blessings, I just want to say, understand that people are really going to be forced to come together, which we really do have to do in order to save our society and our country and our planet. So the blessings are in disguise right now, okay? The blessings are really in disguise. You know, sometimes I think about how the craziness is actually because it's right out in the open, how crazy he who shall not be named is, because it's right in our faces. I mean, there's a lot of illicit stuff going on in the background, but he could be way two-faced. He is a Gemini. This is actually a good thing. He could be way two-faced, and like we wouldn't be able to see that actually he's mentally insane. We couldn't really see it if he was better at hiding it, but he's not very good at hiding it. Yeah, elect a clown, expect a circus, as they say. So look for the blessings, because we're gonna have to, and what we focus on increases. So really important to hold a vision for what you want to see in this country. I mean, law of contrast says, and you see the sign behind me backwards, we give thanks that darkness reminds us of light. It's really important that we understand that we have to visualize something way like the opposite of this as being the case. And Like Raphael, the healing angel, is coming up to say, you know what, you got to believe in healing. It's really important. So now I will pull 3 cards, 3 tarot cards to give you a sense of what's coming up for the next 24 hours. And if all goes well and I'm able to post this YouTube video, I will most certainly be back tomorrow with another psychic reading for you. And I hope you're doing well. And if you would like to schedule a reading, my email address is AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. Just send me an email and we will book it. It's an hour long. And I do mediumship and past life readings. I mean, this is all glommed into one reading. And read the tarot and do a little bit of coaching too, because I'm just really good at that. And I don't like to just tell people what their problems and challenges are that I see in the cards without offering up a solution. So there's that. Okay, so picking 3 cards. We are moving into this really big full moon tomorrow morning, which is the 3rd. So hang on to your hats, and that's literal too, because you know, I live on the coast in the Northeast, and I have a sense that that storm is going to hit us, not with, of course, not at full force, but I feel like we're going to have some damage, some rain damage and wind damage. So we got to batten down the hatches, as we say. Okay. And any Aquarius people out there, you're going to feel on top of your game, because with the moon, with the full moon in Aquarius, so it's a good time to set goals for, you know, for this full moon in Aquarius. Aquarius is the inventor. You know, it's I always think of Shiva, the god of destruction. I think of the phoenix rising from the ashes, because things have to, you know, fall apart before they come together in a new way. It's just what needs to be done. We all chose to be born into this time, space, reality. You know, our souls chose to be here, and I don't think that they chose to come to watch us do ourselves in. Okay. Okay, so this is interesting to me because the Fool card has come up several times in the past. It might have been 3 days in a row on my Facebook videos. So the Fool is indicative of exactly what I was just saying. It's real important that we take time to think about what we intend to happen, and don't be haphazard and just this, you know, for those of us who know better, the law of attraction says that what we think about increases, as I just said earlier. And the Fool card is pointing to that too, because it's saying we must really envision what it is we want to happen. I mean, for me, sometimes I envision he who shall not be named blotted out with white light, just to say, you know, may you move on for your highest good. You know, white light doesn't hurt. It will just kind of push him. And anyone who's watched my videos knows that I have said that I have always foreseen him leaving in the fall, just being kind of forced to resign in the fall. I actually called it for last year, but I still see it, but I think I got the year wrong. So the Fool is like, let's visualize what it is that we want to happen. Do not sit around and moan and complain. You know, if it helps you to watch comedy, go watch comedy, because you really got to get on the feel-good page. Okay? Promise? So there's that. And I'm getting to 2, you know, these are all major arcana cards, which is interesting to me because it's like big energy coming in. The Fool is the first card of the tarot. And then we have the Hierophant, which is, this is the Constitution is going to reign supreme. The Hierophant, this is indicative of laws that have been on the books for 200 years or more, and that we really, I know they're being put to the test, but laws have to be tested. Our Constitution had to eventually be tested after over 200 years. So this is about its staying power. So in your visualizing, visualize that the law rules, that the law of the Constitution rules. I mean, the freedom of the press is being attacked, and the freedom of speech is being attacked from every possible angle to the point where today, I think it was today, you know, he dropped another doozy, and was saying that what was he saying, that the press couldn't be at the convention? I don't even know where they're having that convention, because I think that he's kind of exhausted all his possibilities of the in-person thing. But I don't know, they must have found someplace. But he's not allowing the press in, so I don't think that that's gonna stand. And the more he pushes, the more people will push back. And I always want to remind everybody, there are more of us than there are of them. That mystery militia was part of his clan. And funny I just used the word clan, isn't it? That was unintentional. Just channeling. And so, we know that this is going to turn around. This is going to change. This is going to shift. And it's going to be because the United States Constitution is going to win. We just have to make sure of it. It hasn't been tested like it's been tested during these times, during these tumultuous times. And it was a pandemic that really pushed it over the edge. I tell people all the time, this past January, we weren't on this track, and he was on the road to victory. And he's a very dangerous man, and that would have been, it's almost like the angels were like, no, sorry, can't have that. Sorry, we're gonna have sacrificial lambs. And that's just the way, life kind of works, unfortunately. My sympathies to those of you who have lost people from COVID. It's horrible. It's just, we don't understand how the universe works, but the angels have said part of the reason that this has happened, it's like it's in the Bible, God sends the plague or the flood when he just has to, get things into balance. So we don't understand, but it does make sense too at the same time. The last card that I have today is another major arcana card. This doesn't really ever happen very often anyway, that I get 3 major arcana cards. I have, as you saw, the Fool and the Hierophant, and also the Priestess. This is big stuff. This is big time. The High Priestess is indicative of, often it means Nancy Pelosi. Today, it always means a powerful woman, powerful feminine energy. And today, with the full moon, which is feminine energy too, that makes sense. And today, actually, I'm seeing that this is his pick, not he who shall not be named. This is Biden's pick for VP, the nominee. I've been saying Kamala Harris all along. I know other names have been thrown out there. I would love to see, Kamala Harris would be great. I've been saying that. I would love to see Stacey Abrams, because she's gonna really come down hard on the cheating and the voter suppression that's happening as we speak. Kamala would be great. She's a strong woman. And Tammy Duckworth will be great. And I don't know enough about the rest of them, but any of those three, actually all the candidates, all the women that are up for his VP pick there's not a dumb one in the bunch. Let's just put it that way. So the High Priestess, this is indicative of the VP pick coming, and she's going to be a power woman who has been in this position before. I mean, a similar position in a past life in politics. So there's that. Once again, it's AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. If you would like to book a reading, just send me an email, even just to say hi. And I will see you again tomorrow on YouTube. Namaste. I hope all goes well with uploading this. Be well. Bye now.